Thank you. So on behalf of the Defence Relationship Management team at the Ministry of Defence, I'm delighted to be here to celebrate the signing of the Armed Forces Covenant by Superfast IT. Now, if you're not aware, the Armed Forces Covenant is a promise by the nation to those who serve or who have served and their families that they're treated with fairness and not disadvantaged as a result of their service to the nation. So the covenant is a public declaration of support that businesses can sign to declare to their partners, their staff, and also their customers that their force is friendly. So we have James Cash, Managing Director of Superfast IT, and also Wing Commander Simon Briggs, representing the RAF and Defence. James?
Superfast, we're very proud to be signing the Armed Forces Covenant today. I've served with the British Army in the past, and my son is due to start on the 6th of June. And throughout our time, we've had a lot of employees involved with reserves and also cadet forces. So we're happy to be able to support the armed forces and to be involved with the Armed Forces Covenant.
Well, that's fantastic, and we have just over now 700 employers who have signed up to the Armed Forces Covenant in the West Midland region since 2014, representing some fantastic initiatives that are taking place in support of our veterans, those service leavers who are moving and transitioning into civilian employment, and also our reserve forces and cadet forces as well. To say a few words on behalf of Defence, we have Wing Commander Simon Briggs.
Yes, good morning. And on behalf of the Ministry of Defence, may I firstly say thank you. It's great to be here, and thanks again for the invite. Before I go any further, I thought it'd be helpful to explain a little more about where my team and I sit within Defence. As you know, the Armed Forces Covenant covers a myriad of different areas, and one of these being employing reservists. And that's where my team comes in. So as introduced, I'm Wing Commander Simon Briggs, and I head up the Royal Air Force Reserve Employer Engagement Team. And we work nationally to promote and enhance effective employer relationships between reservist employers, their reservist employees, and the Royal Air Force. Now, there's currently around 1,800 RAF reservist employers across the private, public, and non-public sectors. And these range, of course, from micro to multinational sized enterprises, and they all require different levels of support and assistance. We work with them all, and we have 4 key aims. Firstly, building relationships with employers to ensure a better understanding of the RAF reserves and our reservists. And for those who've taken on reservists, we support them through the provision of the employer notification. That's keeping businesses aware of what we're asking of their reservist employees throughout that year. We deliver employer support, and that's the provision of assistance to businesses when we need to utilise their reservist employees. And finally, we want to attract new employers to consider partnering with the RAF to help provide us with the reservists and skill sets we're going to need for the future. So James, I'm really grateful to hear of Superfast IT's pledge to support the Armed Forces Covenant, especially in these commercially challenging times. It really does demonstrate a major commitment to becoming a forces-friendly business. Now, as a veteran, James, I know you are well aware of what defence is all about, but championing that within your workforce and promoting it, promoting the Armed Forces Covenant, especially to other businesses as an ambassador, is fantastic. And I wish you and all at Superfast IT success in all that you do. So finally, ahead of officially signing the Armed Forces Covenant, I hope Superfast IT will go on to join the Employer Recognition Scheme, and I challenge you to reach the Gold Award in due course. So on behalf of the Ministry of Defence, my thanks again, and back to you, Bobby.
Thank you. And you have your Armed Forces Covenants there as well. Normally in hopefully we'll have an opportunity to meet in person and meet, but while we're in this virtual world, you have your covenants to hand, and if you want to go ahead and sign, that'll be great. And show it to the camera. That's absolutely fantastic. That concludes the Armed Forces Covenant signing ceremony. Just to say thank you so much to James and also Catherine at Superfast IT for all their work and support over the last few months to really support defence, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic stuff, James. Well done, and all the best.